Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. Today, we're doing my first video covering something that's happening in the final shape, which is less than a couple days away. What that's going to be is a discussion about a certain exotic coming to Titans that is going to be absolutely broken. And no, it's not the Hazardous Propulsion exotic that gives you a 35% damage buff to rockets. It's actually the other one, which is affecting Strand Titans, which, as we all know, totally needed a new broken exotic. But let's get into the details real quick. So of course, starting with the actual exotic description itself, shout out to Asdacross. This screenshot came from one of his videos, and we can see that the perk says Wish Dragon's Talons, gain an additional Frenzied Blade charge. Frenzied Blade and Flechette Storm briefly increase their damage with each strike. Pulses from your Banner of War return melee energy based on the number of allies healed. So right out the gates, you got 4 Frenzied Blade charges, which by itself, that's already really good. Exotic worthy, but then you also have scaling damage increases as you just deal damage. I believe according to Cross's video that was plus 100%, whatever it is, it's a damage increase. That's kind of nuts. And then you also get melee energy back based on the number of allies healed by Banner of War, which we don't have exact numbers for this yet, but I'm kind of imagining if you're healing 6 people with your Banner of War, that might add up to be a lot. But okay, so that's the exotic. This is really good. We already know Strand Titan is fantastic. Why am I making a video about this? Well, it's because this exotic can be paired with a bunch of other things to probably allow for infinite melees against a single target, which I'll get into now. So we already have the description of the exotic, but the next new thing that I want to bring your attention to is on the new artifact. This is a mod called Shield Crush, which says, while you have Woven Mail, Frost Armor, or Void Overshield, your melee recharges faster and deals increased damage. Which, by itself, I think you can already see where some of this is going. But doesn't that kind of sound familiar? While you have Woven Mail, your melee recharges faster? Well, that's because Into the Fray, a Strand Titan aspect, already makes your melee regen faster when you have Woven Mail. So these are going to double up. Granted, that is being nerfed when the final shape launches. We can see in the blog post that they released for ability tuning that Into the Fray is having its melee energy regeneration scaler reduced from 4x to 3x. So rather than 400% faster, it's just 300% faster, but that's still a double up. You're still going to be able to do Into the Fray plus Shield Crush to get increased melee damage and then also increased melee regeneration. Then if you pair that obviously with Banner of War, which going back to the exotic, says that pulses from our Banner of War return melee energy. So by now you have 3 sources of melee regen. You've got Into the Fray, Artifact Shield Crush, and then the exotic with Banner of War. Plus you have 4 melee charges, so that's kind of like an extra one, I guess. It's just a little bit of forgiveness on your melee energy. And then you've got the damage stacking on top of that with just Banner of War's flat out 40% bonus damage. And since both Syntheseps and Wormgod's Caress have been nerfed when you use them with Banner of War, this might leave a power vacuum that Wishful Ignorance can just slide into nice and easy. And so I've explained a lot of stuff and I haven't really put it together yet, so let's do that now. What I think Wishful Ignorance, combined with Into the Fray, Banner of War, and the new artifact will be able to do is just, you get 6 Titans. All of you have your 4 Frenzied Blade melee charges. You see a boss, maybe it's the Witness, maybe it's some other rando, and you just hold down your melee button. You just do Frenzied Blades over and over. If you've got Woven Mail, you've got Into the Fray, giving you your melee back 3 times faster. You've got Shield Crush, giving you back however much percent that is, and increasing your melee damage. Then you have Wishful Ignorance, giving you a 4th melee charge and melee back whenever your Banner of War pulses all the other Titans around you. And one thing I haven't even mentioned yet is Frenzied Blade by default has increased melee regeneration when you have multiple stacks of the ability. When you have 2 charges, your 3rd one regenerates 50% faster. If that scales again with your 4th charge going up to maybe 75% faster, we could see the most broken combo of things ever. More broken than when Navigator hit Strand Titan, more broken than when ACD feedback let you infinitely chain Flechette Storm. We could see bosses just fall over to an infinite amount of Frenzied Blades. Granted, I really hope that Bungie didn't allow this to actually happen because this feels very possible, but also pretty surface level. Bungie should catch this. And if it does happen, I would totally expect Wishful Ignorance to be disabled for the day one raid. But this is something that I'm going to be testing out as soon as I can, because if it's real, it's going to be game breaking. And that's all I really had to say. I'm super excited for the final shape. I'm sure you are too. And I can't wait to be playing alongside you guys. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. It means a ton. If you want to support me and support the channel, a like, a comment, a subscription goes a very long way. And if you are commenting, try to keep it spoiler free. I know we're super close to the DLCs. There's tons of leaks everywhere. You know, just keep it civil, whatever. If you want to support me and support the channel, but you can't think of a comment though, comment down below, Wishful Ignorance. And with that, as usual, I hope you are having a great day, and I hope to see you around.